Stay tuned, I'll give you some very important tomato managing tips so you have a productive plant all summer long. Sponsored by... Stop before you dig. Call Digger's Hotline first. Call 3 business days before you dig. It's the law. It's completely free and it's for your safety. Know what's below before you dig. It's your responsibility. Call Digger's Hotline or visit them at diggershotline.com. Proper maintenance of your tomatoes throughout the growing season will assure you to have tomatoes that are healthy and still producing up to the time of frost in your particular growing area. What we have here are tomato plants that are about a month to 6 weeks old. Now there are some things that we need to do. One, if you're using a cage method like we are here, we need to try to put the tomatoes in the cage, and we have missed on this. What we can do is not bend it down, but gently twist it, and then that's what happens. It snaps off. So you don't want to do that. What you would want to do is raise the cage up and have somebody else help you funnel it back into the cage. So you don't want to snap your tomato plants off. Secondly, you want to look at the base of the tomato plant. With this tomato plant, we have a discoloring of leaves. Now this is early blight, and it is a fungus that is caused by the splash up of spores that are in everybody's soil that affects your tomato plants. You want to remove this. By removing this, it will help slow or prevent the spread of the early blight up the plant. Left untouched, this will go all the way up to the tomato plant, and you'll have a tomato plant with dead leaves and fruit hanging off of it by the end of the season. Another practice you want to do is, again, even if the leaves are not affected, you want to remove the bottom 6 to 8 inches of growth to prevent that splash up. Also mulching, like that leaf, there's nothing wrong with it, but it was very close to the ground, and I removed it to increase air circulation and prevent splash up. You can also mulch with items like chemical-free and seed-free grass clippings around the base, again to prevent that splash up. You can also use Huston's Mills whole grain yellow cornmeal, as it has a beneficial bacteria in it called trichoderma that combats the bad bacteria, which is the early blight in your soil. So we go through about every 2 weeks and trim around the base of our tomatoes. Now one thing you want to also be in mind is, as you're touching the infected leaves, the spores can get on your hands, and if you start touching unaffected plants, you can actually infect them by touching them involuntarily. You just grab a hold of it and you're going to have problems. So dispose of these in the trash, not your compost, but your municipal trash. And you don't want to burn them because the spores can also be in the air. Just put them in a bag and put them in the trash, it's fine. So by maintaining your tomatoes now, it will ensure you to have tomatoes throughout the growing season. There are some other ways in which you can ensure healthier tomatoes. You can foliar feed them. You can also feed them again with a good all-balanced sustained fertilizer throughout the growing season. But keeping the leaves clean and blight-free and air circulating around the bottom of them will greatly increase your productivity of your plants, as well as getting them up and in a cage or on a trellis.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.